Now, clemency powers. Article 72 article is important, but before that, what the hell is this clemency power? Clemency means mercy. Okay, mercy. When the president shows mercy. So see, when you commit a crime, the lower court will punish you. You can appeal against it in the high court. They still punish you. You go to the Supreme Court. They also uphold the punishment. Then what do you do? Go to jail. Okay. No. Punishment has to be followed. But what we have given you is an opportunity to accept the punishment and feel apologetic about it. In that sense, you can seek forgiveness from the president. I'm not saying you can challenge a Supreme Court judgment. Seeking forgiveness means what? When do you seek forgiveness? When you make a mistake and you accept your mistake. Actually, in our country and culture, we just say sorry for the sake of it without ever feeling sorry. But the word sorry has a very important meaning. When you say sorry, this means you are accepting your mistake, right? So all these words are used casually, but here we can't. You can go to the president and seek forgiveness. That president, I made a mistake. Please show forgiveness. Now, president can show various types of forgiveness. Okay. See, one thing that I have to mention at this point is, it is not that the concept is only in India. This exists across the globe. In fact, the origin of this concept is in ancient Rome. In ancient Rome, they had a very simple idea. If you are found guilty of doing something and you are punished by the court there, if you can get the signature of 6,000 Roman residents, you are free. Now, just to clarify, at that point of time, 6,000 was a large number. Are we clear? So, imagine if this happens now. Get a sign of 1 lakh people and punishment is removed. Not a right thing to do, but still. That was called adea. Adea was a concept in Rome. Where the logic was that if people have forgiven you, ancient Rome, if people forgive you collectively, then there is no problem. Okay. Now see, there are lot of countries which have a similar kind of provision. Have you written this? Okay. For example, USA. In USA, the president has comprehensive power to show pardon. Clear? No questions asked, on his own. So there is Article 2, Section 2, in which the US president can pardon people, forgive them. Okay. I'll discuss what are the various kinds of forgiveness the president can show. But in USA, there is a concept called preemptive pardon. It is a hilarious concept. What is preemptive pardon? When do you forgive someone? Please tell me. When somebody has committed a mistake, yes or no? In our country, we also have a thing called pardon, where after a court has found you guilty, you request the president and they will what? Show forgiveness. Or okay, go, enjoy your life. I forgive you. But in USA, they can show pardon even before a case is filed. Are you getting? Joe Biden, interestingly, just last year, no, not last year, in 2024, in December, he used it against his own son, Hunter Biden. He issued a preemptive pardon to him. Meaning what? He said that from the year 2014 to 2024, for any crime that Hunter Biden, his son, might have committed, if you file a case against him in future for a crime that he has committed in this period, he is forgiven already. Is the point clear? It's like right now you are told that for the next 2 years, whatever crime you commit, but normally for the past only, in the last 5 years, whatever crime you committed, police cannot file a case against you. You murder somebody and come, your relative is the president. He says, okay, in the last 5 days, whatever crime this fellow committed, you can't file a case against that person. Do you think it is fair? USA, pinnacle of democracy. They are teaching the world this is their democracy. The president forgiving his son as he was leaving his office, he forgave his son for any future case that Trump could have filed against him. Because he had lost the election, result had come out already. So he was going out of power, Trump was coming into power, Trump was threatening him, he forgave his son beforehand. So what is the point now? Trump could not file a case against him. Is the point clear? That is called preemptive pardon. Just mention this below, preemptive pardon. Some space anywhere there, right? In any empty space. Granted before conviction or granted before conviction. What is conviction? What is the meaning of conviction? When the court finds you guilty, that is called conviction. Granted before conviction or even before formal charges are filed. Even before formal charges are filed. Clear? Close the bracket. Example, Hunter Biden 2024. I hope you know who this Joe Biden was. Joe Biden was the ex-former president of USA. Clear? Then UK. In UK, you have the same concept. The Crown will show pardon, but UK is a parliamentary form of government. In the parliamentary form of government, who is the real boss? President is not the real boss, PM is the real boss. So, on COM's advice, Council of Ministers advice. Clear? Then in a country like Canada, they have something called National Parole Board. This National Parole Board looks National Parole Board looks into your what? Pardon. In Malaysia, they have a pardon board. Actually, this pardon board will advise the king of Malaysia, right? Agong. Agong is the king of Malaysia. So various countries have pardon. Various kind of clemency powers are there. Is the point clear? Done. Let's see what kind of clemency powers does Indian president have. What are the ways in which he can show forgiveness? Should he proceed from here? All done? Okay. First one is what? Pardon. The name itself is pardon. What is the meaning of pardon? Pardon means you are free from all the guilt. You are free to go. If the president can show pardon, which is very rare, this means the sentence, punishment, conviction, everything is removed. You are now free to go. Enjoy your life. This is the best form of clemency. Okay. Then one more clemency is commutation. What is commutation? Here, punishment is not removed. The character, the nature of punishment is changed. For example, the court gave you death sentence. It has been modified into, let's say, a life imprisonment. Was the punishment removed? Yes or no? No, punishment is there. We have just modified it. If it was pardon, you could go, enjoy your life. Nobody would care. That's the difference. Punishment is still there. We have just changed the nature, character of punishment. From death sentence, we are changing it to lifetime jail. Okay. That is called what? Commutation. Then we have remission. Remission will not change the nature. It will reduce the period of punishment. For example, if you are given 20 years jail, it can be reduced to 14 years jail, whatever. 5, 10, 20, 18, 16, anything less than 20. So we are reducing the period of punishment. Punishment is not being removed. Now, have you ever observed the moment any politician is arrested, they immediately have high BP, high sugar, all the diseases come out. Yes or no? Otherwise, they are fit and fine. This fellow, Lalu Yadav, Lalu Yadav has been found guilty by the court for fodder scam. But he is not in jail. He is outside playing badminton, Halloween with his kids. But when he has to come to court, then he comes on wheelchair. But I can't move, I'm suffering. So court says, okay, take him to hospital. A hospital is 100 times better place than a jail. Have you seen an Indian jail ever? Anyone? No, not yet. Okay. You have? What crime did you commit? Police station, not the jail. No, police station, okay. Cinema. I've also not gone to a jail, just to clarify, if you think that I am visiting jails regularly. But, I mean, not for any wrong things, just for a friendly visit. So, Indian jails are very bad. There is this would be one barrack. 100 people sleeping here, literally 100. They live and sleep here the entire day with very small amounts of time outside in this small space. I think this is a larger space actually for 100 people. There are similar barracks like this. Food quality, pathetic. Actually, you have to purchase food in the jail. Okay. In jail, they cook two types of food. One is pathetic, that is free of cost. And then you have to spend money to purchase. They have coupons for everything. Every week, once they have a canteen day or something, where you can purchase toothpaste. Nothing is given to you. Soap, toothpaste, nothing. You have to purchase everything. That's how pathetic the life is in a jail. Compare it to a jail in USA, Sweden, Norway. So see those jails, nutritious diet, clean rooms, access to library. If you go to a Swedish jail for 8-10 months, you can prepare for UPSC and come back. Don't plan this. That's the idea. That's the difference. Now, in fact, in our country, see, jail is a reformatory. You have to be reformed in a jail. Not in India. In India, you enter the jail as a beginner, you come out as a legend. Noob enters, legend comes out from the other side. That's what happens. You learn the new tricks in the jail. Even the most normal person who enters the jail will come out as a criminal 100%. That's what jail makes you. I think recently they had released a movie, Hindi movie called Bandar. They showed some very genuine jail scenes actually. But anyway, so the point is that these politicians don't want to be in jail. They'll have any kind of excuse to be in the hospital. So for that, we have a concept called respite, awarding a lesser punishment on account of special fact. For example, special fact could be health, it could be injury, etc. Clear? So because of this reason, they might give you a lenient punishment. Is the point okay? Clear? Now lastly, reprieve. What is reprieve? Let's say you are given death sentence. Okay. Should we proceed from here? All done? Now you are given death sentence, and when the death sentence is awarded to you, that is called awarding a death sentence, as if it's some great achievement that you are awarding somebody, but that is the correct language. Now you are given death sentence. Now after that death sentence, some date is fixed, like after 14 days at least. Say today the judgment came, 10th of June. On 25th of June, the court has said, hang this fellow, kill him. That's your date of execution. Of course, president won't pardon you, but they can commute your sentence. Because if you are given death sentence, of course, you committed a very serious crime. So don't apply for pardon, apply for commutation, be logical. Meaning change the death sentence into what? Life imprisonment possibly. Change of character. Now you will send the letter to the president through Indian Post. You know how fast Indian Post is. You send the letter, it will reach the president on 26th of June. You have already died yesterday itself. That's a problem. Also, forget it, even if it is received on time, president cannot leave all the work aside and say, no, this fellow's letter has come, I have to look into this matter immediately. Of course not. It might take some time, maybe 10 days, a month, 2 months, 3 months. Then, so for that issue, what we have as an option is called reprieve. You seek reprieve, meaning temporary relief, stay order. You ask the president that, President, I am being killed on 25th. Please put a stop on this. In the meantime, decide on my petition. So the punishment will not be executed till the president decides. And when the president decides, let's say he says, no commutation, then a fresh date for hanging is chosen. If he decides, okay, commute, then your punishment is commuted. Is the point clear? That is how reprieve works. Temporary stay on the execution of sentence pending the completion of clemency proceedings. Till the clemency process is over, we will not punish you. Is the point clear? That is called reprieve. All okay? Why do we have all this? What's the point? If the court has found you guilty, not one, multiple courts have found you guilty, my question is, why the hell are we showing them any kind of mercy? Tell me. Okay. One possible reason could be the person has shown remorse, right? Has realized his mistake, has been feeling guilty and has reformed. That is possible? Not possible? Possible. Okay. What else? Tell me. Later, after he was in jail for 10 years, then slowly he realized, the mistake happened actually. That is the point. Not immediately, of course. That is the point. That maybe slowly and steadily, sometimes we realize mistakes after many years, not immediately. Right? Like parents will tell you, study, study. What do you want? You realize it after 20 years, I should have studied. That's the whole point. Right? Sometimes you end in a relationship. After 5 years, you realize, very toxic. Let's get out of it. That's why divorces happen after 20 years. Not on day one. Day one, things are great. From day 5, things are bad. But still you say, okay. So it might take some time to realize that is possible. What else could be a reason? Any other reason that could push us into showing mercy? I think one argument is that people claim that a right to life is very important. We should avoid killing people, and that is for death sentence. Other crimes, when you are in jail only, then why? Health, possible. Somebody has become too old to commit a crime now. Failing health is there. Let it be. It's okay. Let him die outside, not in the jail. Sometimes new facts can come to light after judgments also. Beauty of Indian court system. There was a case recently where a person was in jail for 25 years for killing someone, and that fellow was found alive, roaming around here and there. And somebody was in jail for 25 years on the crime of having killed that person. You know how police will make a charge sheet and all. There is very interesting movie on this, The Shawshank Redemption. Have you heard of that movie? No, no cinema. In that movie, the brief idea is, it's a very highly rated IMDb movie. The brief is that there's a person who is allegedly who has killed his wife and is serving a life imprisonment. In the jail, after serving for 10 years, he actually meets a person who had actually killed his wife. So, fresh evidence can come to light at any point of time. That is propaganda. Completely. Because rich will never end up in jail in our country. That was just pinning the blame. It's based on Thari killings. you just pin the blame on some poor fellow. I'm not saying that. So he is giving the example of one movie which was based on Ithari killings in Delhi. So pinning the blame on the servant. Servant was also involved, but the boss was also involved. Anyway, fresh facts can come to light. You might have to show some mercy. Sometimes judges become very harsh in giving punishments. Maybe then, if the president feels the punishment is too harsh for the crime, that can also be a reason, right? So there are some reasons why we show mercy, definitely.
So, for example, a guy's case, like the guy murdered someone. So the case has been forwarded to the Supreme Court of three judges' bench. So if the guy is still not convinced, can he go for 4 benches, 7 benches, Supreme Court?
He can ask for review of decision, review, not for different bench, same bench. You can't change the judges. So judges shopping, this is called judge shopping or bench shopping. It is not allowed. The court decides the bench, and the same bench you can appeal there.
I mean, there's something about the number of benches is depending how popular the judgment is.
No, it is dependent on other factors. Firstly, a bench for criminal case will never be a 5-judge bench. 5 judge bench is the idea of 5 judges sitting. That is only meant for constitutional matters. That's it. For criminal cases, never. It's not allowed on. For constitutional matters. And if a 5-judge bench has given a judgment and you want to get it changed, then you request an appeal against it, then a larger bench has to sit. Anyway, all these later on. So these are some of the rationales which you can write somewhere if you would wish to. Rationale meaning reasons, just 3 or 4 points. Why do we have this concept? Do you have some space to write? I gave 1/2 page to write. I don't know. It's not. It's there. Okay. Rationale meaning reasons. First point: importance of right to life. Importance of right to life. Second point: aspects like remorse, 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 the feeling of guilt, that is called remorse. Have you ever had that feeling of guilt in life at some point of time for anything? Never. Oh wow, that's amazing. I'm sure you must have had it for small things, large things, right? Like yesterday, I had the feeling of guilt. Why did I come for the class? It was raining outside, uselessly. Or why did I take that route? Every route I was taking, there was a traffic jam only. So sadly, yes, the feeling of excessive frustration and guilt. But no, not truly a guilt feeling, but yes, yeah, you get the idea. So aspects like remorse, comma, prior record of behavior, prior record of behavior, etc. Prior record of behavior, etc. See, prior record meaning if that fellow had not committed any kind of crime, he was a good student, head boy in the school, right? CR of the college, right? Had a very decent job, nice family, loving spouse, loving parent, and then committed some crime. Maybe this can be a factor that fellow committed only one mistake in his life and he has been in jail for 12 years now. Okay, let's forgive him. Enough. That's also possible. Third, health conditions, comma, old age, etc. Health conditions, comma, old age, etc. Next, new facts come to light. New facts come to light. New facts come to light. Meaning come in front, come to light. L-I-G-H-T, light. Is the point clear? Now, one very important point you can add. Can judges make mistake? Is it possible? Next point. Possibility of judicial errors. Possibility of judicial errors. Is the point clear? Okay, great. Now, the Supreme Court has made lot of statements and lot of remarks with respect to how the clemency power should be used. So, apex court is, which court is apex court? Don't ask me, sir, which court is this? You have never said this court. Apex court, topmost court, Supreme Court. Supreme Court says that if President takes a decision to show mercy, the court can review it. Remember, first class judicial review definition. Courts can review the constitutional validity of actions. So, courts can examine whether the decision process was fair, reasonable or not. What if you show mercy on the basis of person from same caste? That is wrong. Mercy should not be shown on these kind of grounds. So, judicial review is possible. There is a very famous case called Maru Ram, where Supreme Court said this, that if the president is showing mercy, we can cross check it. Please write. Maru Ram 1981. Done. Second point, I'll come to it shortly. Third point, the court says that, see, when you are showing mercy, please have fairness in the process. Have a transparent process. Don't randomly show mercy on weird kind of grounds. If that fellow was my party supporter, okay, mercy. Not like that. Proper grounds. And lastly, this is not the power of president. Whose power is this? Council of Ministers. Okay, Home Ministry decides this. To be very exact, Home Ministry decides all this. Even this is not the power of president. Are we clear? Not a discretionary. Discretion means at his own will. Clemency must be exercised on the advice of Council of Ministers. Meaning MHA. Work allocation is done. Home Ministry has this task. Clear? There is a very popular judgment called Samsher Singh, 1974, where court mentioned this. Samsher. Is the point clear? So, court also says that if, let's say, you want to apply for mercy petition, you please talk to your prison, the prison guard, the warden will send the application. You don't have to call me personally. You can't insist on oral hearing that no, I will go to the president, I'll start crying, rolling on the floor that please forgive me. That is not allowed. Actually, cinema corrupts our idea of reality. There was a movie in the 1990s called Jigar. It was a Hindi movie. It was a very shoddy kind of remake of a Van Damme movie called Bloodsport. In that movie, this actress is Karisma Kapoor and the actor is that Gutka King. What is that fellow's name? Vimal. Ajay Devgan. You know that Gutka fellow, Ajay Devgan. He was the actor. In the climax of the movie, both these have committed some crime. So they are now seeking forgiveness from the governor. And it is showing the movie that they are going towards governor's office, Raj Bhavan, carrying a pink rose in their hand and walking towards governor to seek forgiveness. That is not how mercy is sought. Okay, you write an application and you are in the jail only. Don't think you have to take a pink rose to governor and president. President, please show mercy. Not required. Is the point clear? Anyway, let's come back to commutation for a moment. What is commutation? Changing the character, the nature of the punishment. Somebody is given death sentence. They apply for commutation. Clear? You are the president. Now, in this case, Home Ministry, for example. You have to decide whether to show mercy or not. My question is, how much time do you think is enough to decide? Tell me. What do you think is sufficient time? That within this time frame, yes. Tell me. Minimum 1 year. You will take 1 year to decide. Okay, 1 year. Anybody wants more time to decide? 2 years. This can be decided in 2 or 3 months at best. At some point you are free. Go through the application, go through the court judgment. It's all there in front of you. Read, give the order. You want to show mercy? Show it. Don't want to show it? Reject it. 1 year. So the amount you are saying is 1 year. Accept it. In 2014, a matter came to court. There were 15 such cases where people had filed a mercy petition seeking commutation of death sentence, and that petition was pending with the president for time ranging from 2 years to 11 years. Meaning somebody was given death sentence, they filed a request, please show mercy. They were in jail waiting for the petition response. 11 years had been over. How is it possible? I mean, how can you not decide in 10 years? And now imagine after 10 years, you now say, reject this petition, kill him. That's double punishment. 10 years of jail and death sentence also. That's not fair. In those 10 years, that fellow is going crazy every day. Every day at 3 p.m. when the postman comes, he runs on the gate. Petition has come or not. If he is an overthinker, he'll die like this only. Overthinking. Would you agree that there is a problem? Or this is okay, no problem? No? With blank faces are confusing for me. That, sir, what are you talking about? What is this? Is a mercy petition topic clear? Or a complication there? Clear. Okay. Is commutation clear? Is this problem clear to you? That too much of time is being taken by the president? That is why in 2014, Supreme Court said in a judgment, Shatrughan Chauhan case, that if you guys take too much of time in showing mercy, we will show mercy. We give the punishment, we will only change it. Because you can't punish somebody after 10 years. This is wrong. This is double punishment. Double punishment is not allowed in the constitution. You can punish somebody only once for the same crime. Clear? If you are rejecting somebody's petition after 8 years, he has served 8 years in jail and then you kill him. So this is dehumanizing. You are not treating human beings as humans. You are causing mental torture and trauma to people. Don't do this. See, the purpose of Jail punishment is of course to set an example, but not torture. State cannot torture people. We have crossed that stage. In the medieval time, we used to torture people, but now we are more educated. Somebody has committed a crime, it's okay. We won't torture them like this. Clear? So that is why this third or second point, prolonged delay in deciding mercy petition can be a reason for commuting death sentence. In fact, if you take too much of time in deciding on death sentence, that can be a valid reason. You can then justify that. See, court, I had filed a petition 10 years ago. They are not deciding only. Clear? See, in our country, this is a very casual kind of approach towards the clemency power. I remember there was a fellow from Karnataka. He was convicted of an offence and was given death sentence. He had applied for appeal for mercy, commutation. Bandu Tirke from Karnataka. That fellow had contracted HIV. He had HIV, and in 2005 or 7 he died in jail. In 2008 or 9, the then president Pratibha Patil, she approved his mercy petition. At least read about the fellow. This is the carelessness of our governments. That fellow has died 2 years back. You have no clue at all. You are not even updating your information properly. What are you doing? There are some senior bureaucrats like you posted in the Ministry of Home Affairs who take these decisions. You can at least make a phone call to the police, the jail, to verify whether the person is alive or not. You are showing forgiveness to the dead people. This shows a casual approach towards clemency in the country. Anyway, in the Shatrughan Chauhan case, Supreme Court has given some instructions. First thing they say is that state government should not sit on the mercy petition, transfer it immediately to Home Ministry within 14 days. Is the point clear? Then, central government should also process the mercy petitions promptly. Don't delay it. Okay. Are the same points mentioned there? No confusion? Okay. Then, see, this point comes from a different matter. Actually, lot of matters were under discussion in Shatrughan Chauhan case. Are you aware of the 2001 terrorist attack on the Indian Parliament? Yes. There was a series on this Hotstar series, Special Ops. They have shown in the movie also. Now, have you seen Dhurandhar? How many have not seen it? Oh, very few have not seen. Oh, okay. So, in terms of filmmaking, it's a pretty nice movie, and there is very small element of propaganda that might seem propaganda to some because appreciating demonetization. Otherwise, most characters are real. The Indian Atif Ahmad that they show is real. His behavior, all real. Anyway, so in 2001, on the 13th of December, Parliament was attacked by terrorists. The mastermind of this was Afzal Guru. Afzal Guru was caught. He accepted his crime, his fault, and he was given death sentence. He applied for mercy petition. It was rejected, and he was hanged immediately. In fact, against his hanging, in JNU protests were happening. The kids, not kids in JNU, the protesters mostly are older than you. We can't call them kids anymore. So they're protesting against the hanging of Afzal Guru, saying that this is called judicial killing. Judiciary has killed an honest fellow. There was his confession on camera that he was a mastermind of the attack. Every evidence pointed towards him. He had accepted his mistake. Still, the brainwashed republic of JNU is such that they were saying no, and they're reciting slogans. Afzal hum sharminda hai, tere qatil zinda hai. Meaning, Afzal, we are ashamed. Your killers are alive. Meaning, judiciary who has killed you, they're alive. This is the educated elite mass of our country in JNU. Taxpayers' money. This is how they are wasting our money. Doing some random kind of course on Buddhist studies in Africa and getting, a regular monthly payout. There is a beautiful book by Arun Shori on these left-wing liberals. You read all their books. Bipan Chandra, R.S. Sharma, Satish Chandra. You read about them. Those are the books you'll read for UPSC. These fellows have tormented Indian Council for Historical Research. They have taken lot of money from government without putting in any kind of credible material on record. They would just take the government would start some project that we have to write about some historical fact, publish some volumes. They would get money from there, would not submit anything for years and years. Romila Thapar, they have distorted history to the maximum possible extent. Marxist historians, or as others call it, half-baked knowledge historians. So whatever you study in history is all narrative-based history, sadly. One-sided narrative completely. That and this Communist Party of India, these buggers, they used to publish cartoons of Subhash Chandra Bose, showing him as a pig, showing him as a stooge of Japanese. The same Communist Party, which is thankfully out of power everywhere now. So anyway, the problem was that the court said that, see, you have killed him, hanging, no problem. But when you reject somebody's mercy petition and you hang him immediately, at least keep some gap. Let the family meet the person. Let them come to terms with the fact that they are no longer going to be alive, etc. So minimum 14 days gap must be there. If today you are given punishment, you can't be hanged tomorrow. Minimum 14 days gap. Are we clear? Upon rejection of mercy petition, a minimum 14-day notice period must be given to the convict before execution. Is the point clear? One more thing. Any person who is in the jail, who is waiting for his death sentence, who has applied for commutation, okay, while waiting in the jail, you have to conduct regular mental health evaluation for that person. Because we can't kill people who are mentally unstable. Are we clear? What if that fellow has become mentally unstable? We can't execute the punishment. We'll firstly send you to an asylum, improve your mental health, and then kill you. Okay, that's the idea. We can't kill people who are mentally challenged. Then solitary. What is solitary confinement? Anda cell, keeping somebody isolated. That is called solitary confinement. Okay, some very hardcore criminals are not kept in regular barracks. They are kept in isolation separately. Okay, they are not allowed to meet any other prisoner. That is called solitary confinement. Court has said that people who are waiting for death sentence, they should not be kept in solitary confinement. Clear? Keeping somebody alone who is about to die, they'll go crazy completely. Imagine your own life during COVID. Remember, you were in your house with internet and your family members and your pets, and you were feeling so crazy. Imagine now somebody in jail, in a closed room, no entertainment, nothing. How will that fellow survive? So don't mentally torture anyone, kill them and end the story. That's the idea. And all those death row, meaning waiting for death sentence. Death row means death sentence convicts. they should be given legal aid. If they want some kind of lawyer, you have to provide for all that. Is the point clear? See, we always believe in dignified life. Right to live with dignity continues till you die. In our country, how do we kill people in death sentence? Tell me. By hanging. Yes or no? In USA, they use different methods like electric chair, lethal injection. But even let's say for lethal injection is given. It's a 3-drug combination, potassium chloride, and they also give anesthesia. Why? So that the person dying should not feel the pain. Are we clear? In India, when we kill by hanging, how do you die? Choking. Choking or asphyxiation can take 2-3 minutes. That is a very cruel form of death. What happens is, as the lever is pulled, the body falls down. With the force, the bone at the back of your neck snaps, breaks, and punctures the vertebral column immediately, and you die instantly. Instant death. Choking does not happen. If the rope length is not measured correctly based on your body weight, then two things can happen. Either the rope will break or you will start choking. The force was not enough to break the bone, which will snap the column. Choking is a cruel form of death. That is why it is mandatory to conduct post-mortem of every death sentence to establish that cause of death was puncture of the column, not choking or asphyxiation as we call it. Is the point clear? So the logic is right to dignified life till the end of your life. Till the last breath you take, there should be dignity. Clear? Now the court has not, see, the court said that central government must process mercy petitions promptly. What is meant by promptly? Please tell me. Properly, quickly, as soon as possible. What is the meaning of this? What kind of statement is this? If today you are told, please go home and revise promptly, it means nothing. We have to have accurate statements. Revise within the next 2 days. What is this promptly nonsense? We should give fixed time frame. Court did not. That is why there is a suggestion that we should actually have a time frame. Maybe an ideal time frame of 6 months can be kept to decide the mercy petitions. You can't take 12 years to decide. Clear? Write somewhere suggestions, that empty space that you have, write suggestions. On the top of Shatrughan Chauhan only you have a lot of space to write, you can write there. Next page, you have some space. Next page, just check please. Oh no, don't write there. Write at the top of Shatrughan Chauhan. See, there are two very popular suggestions here. Number one, there should be an ideal time frame of how many months? Maybe 6 months to 1 year. Suggestion. Suggestion should not be like an order. It should be suggestion only. 6 months to 1 year. Now see, some people might claim that no, Home Ministry, they are busy doing hundreds of things. They can't look into all this. But if you are so busy, then leave this task. Create a separate body. In Malaysia, we have a separate body for all these things called Pardon Board. We can set up a similar body in our country. That body can consist of retired judges, human rights activists, etc. And that body can give recommendation. Simple. Set up Pardon Board. Consisting of retired judges, human rights activists, etc. HR is human rights activists, etc. to make recommendations. Is this point clear to all? Done? Pardon Board, we have simply copied this Malaysian idea. Do you think we should have a death sentence in the country? Tell me, how many of you believe that death sentence should be there? Right now, we give death sentence for rarest of rare case, which is not defined. Supreme Court decides, case to case basis. My question is simple. Are you in for death sentence or against it? You can only, no. My question is this only. No criteria, no condition. What do you say? Yes? Anybody says no? No one. One person only. No. Whatever crime. Anybody else? No. You know, across the globe, there are 142 countries out of 197 where there is no death sentence. For whatever crime you commit. For whatever crime you commit. Okay? No death sentence. There are only 55 countries which have retained death sentence. These countries are called retentionists. Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, of course, USA is also there, Singapore is there, India. We are in the company of human rights saviors like Pakistan and Saudi. But most European nations, nothing. For whatever crime you commit, they are called abolitionists. Then nothing. Serial killers, death sentence not possible. Life term jail, death sentence not allowed. Without parole or with parole. With parole, of course, would not be there for a serious crime, but that is also possible. My whole point is, death sentence is not there. Why is that the case then? Are those countries fools? Okay. What kind of crimes you think are justified for death sentence? Violating constitution. Lock up death should be death sentence. You are taking revenge. That I understand, but this is just revenge. Somebody died, so you have to kill them. Okay. So any lock-up death with torture is something you are okay with a death sentence. With torture. Baseless. Okay. Fair. Any other reason? Yes, you all said yes, yes, yes. Why yes? What crime do you think would require death sentence? Terrorism. Okay. What is inhuman, sir? I can't hear. Please be loud. No, what is inhuman? Some example. Okay. Pedophilia, pedophiles raping kids. Okay, anything else? Any other crime that you think warrants death sentence?
supporting illegal content.
Death sentence directly. Okay. Uh, what about the scope for reform? There is no scope for reform in some people. See, one argument I can understand. Terrorism I can understand. Others I cannot. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. We also have punishment of life-term jail, right? Send them to jail, make them suffer for life without any scope for pardon. That's possible. Now, terrorism has a problem because if you are in jail, you can still spread your ideas uselessly, brainwash people. That we can understand. That could be a problem. But beyond that, I mean, who are we to decide that there is no room for reform? Don't we reform? Hmm.
So, in case I have told them that they should do it, the case was what I occurred. So another thing was the police officials have gone to a place when road dropped down, tasked to shut down. The father of told that I will do the next 15 minutes, but the police officials took him out due to some grudges between them, and then tortured him, and then tortured his son, practiced untouchability, and asked them to be over the right to fake their certificates of the doctors when showing to the to all these things. A police official is the one who actually protects citizens of the country. He is the one who is practicing all this kind of stuff.
My point is, why not jail sentence for the policemen? I think this is a bigger suffering for them. Don't you think so? The same policemen who are sending people to jail now are in jail with those people. What is bigger torture? If you want them to really suffer, death is instant, right? End of suffering. I think the bigger punishment is making them realize the mistake. I think rapes and especially child rapes actually do create a grave concern. But my point is, I mean, in most cases, such crimes are always committed by somebody known to the victim, just to clarify. And don't we have households where kids are molested by some uncle, etc.? Do we file a case against that uncle? Never. We give him scope to improve. Sadly, when it comes to somebody who's an outsider, no scope for improvement, no room for reform. Most of these sexual harassment, sexual violence cases begin at home, just to clarify. That's a sad part. And people do change. That's also true. Anyway, this will be dealt with in your ethics classes later on at some point of time. That should we really have death sentences? In fact, Law Commission in 2018 said that no, we should not have death sentence for any crime except terrorism. That was their logic, that even if you send somebody to jail, they can keep on brainwashing people there. That could be a problem. Otherwise, it's okay. The whole purpose should be reform. Try to reform. I think that is a real success. Not killing and eliminating people in society. That's a very medieval kind of idea of justice. Revenge, an eye for an eye. Revenge is a very nice concept actually. It's very cathartic in nature. You feel very nice after a revenge. That's why all these movies are based primarily on revenge. Various quotes on revenge. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. But yeah, I mean, to each his own, but sadly, now it is coming down in our country. The courts are now increasingly moving away from death sentence under any circumstance. And there's a very interesting quote. All the death sentences that we know of, has any rich person ever been given death sentence? Never. Rich don't commit crimes. There's an Epstein Island a testimony of the rich people's crimes. Death sentence is called capital punishment. Capital punishment comes to only those who don't have capital. Assassination of PM. Oh, okay. Anyway, so let's not forget we are discussing president. So we just sidetracked on the clemency powers. We are back to the president. See, these clemency powers exist with the governors also. I'll give you some more pointers on clemency when we reach governors.